New Year's Eve, in the grip of the pandemic, cases exploding in the U.S., more than 2 million infections in the final week of 2021, and a record number of children hospitalized with COVID. In New York City, where the state just reported infections at an all-time high for a third straight day, a limited crowd is now gathering for the traditional ball drop in Times Square. Celebrations across the country and around the world scaled back for yet another year. ABC's Trevor Ault reports from Times Square.
Tonight, New York City determined to revive the iconic Times Square ball drop as a virus-weary nation closes out 2021 with COVID infections exploding to record highs.
Life must go on, and the party must go on.
The U.S. facing a record 2.2 million cases reported the final week of the year. Nearly 4 Americans testing positive every second. But crowds already filing into Times Square, 15,000 people, all masked and fully vaccinated.
There's a lot of people, so we'll definitely get tested when we get home.
Other cities from Atlanta to San Francisco scrapping their New Year's events entirely. Boston offering vaccines at its celebration, and more than 300,000 people expected at a fireworks display along the Vegas Strip, as health officials urge people to avoid large indoor gatherings.
There's really not a safe way to have a massive gathering for New Year's unmasked. It's just a setup for failure.
Americans across the country still waiting hours in testing lines from Pennsylvania to Houston, some stretching miles.
We were basically told that the chances of us getting tested were basically zero because there were 200 people in front of us. So by the time they closed, they wouldn't get to us.
And now New Year's closures and bad weather are making it even more difficult to find tests.
It's pretty frustrating. I've been literally up since, I don't know, 6 o'clock this morning trying to look for sites. I'm in healthcare and I can't treat my patients if I don't get tested.
Right now, 10,000 infected Americans are being admitted in hospitals each day. By mid-January, that number could climb as high as 28,000.
Hospital systems are filled, people are still getting sick, and there's still a lot of exposure happening to frontline workers, people who are needed to keep our country running smoothly.
And with 30 million eligible children still unvaccinated, a record number of kids are entering the hospital with COVID. 6-year-old Aria Shapiro has epilepsy. Her mother held off on getting her the vaccine until 2 weeks ago, but Aria tested positive the next day. She was hospitalized and just came off a breathing tube.
I wish I would have vaccinated her sooner because I think her body would have had more time to build up some antibodies to this virus.
Trevor Ault is back with us now from Times Square. Trevor, there's also a new projection out tonight showing when the U.S. might see the peak of this Omicron surge.
Well, that's right, Whit. Scientists at Columbia University are projecting now we could see the peak of this surge as early as January 9th at about 2.5 million cases a week, but that could go all the way up above 5 million a week. And those models show here in New York City we could see the peak of infections in the first week of the new year. Though I know you can hear right now, Whit, some people are ready to party already. Whit?
Yeah, that expectation is going to get worse before it gets better. Trevor, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.